Hello everyone, my name is Kiril Georgiev and I'm a business analyst at PLANA Solutions. Today I'm going to showcase to you an integration between Odoo and Payhawk that our team has developed. Just to specify, currently we are running Odoo 15, but we have versions for the integration for Odoo 14 to Odoo 17. This video is going to be part 1 of 3 for the whole integration, and right now we're going to specify the parameters that we need to pass from Odoo to Payhawk in order for the system to categorize our expenses correctly. To begin with, we need to navigate to the invoicing module in Odoo. Here in the configuration menu, you can see we have a Payhawk category. We've got Payhawk settings and a sync log. The sync log showcases the technical data that's been passed between the two systems. And in the Payhawk settings is where we actually define all of the relevant information that we want to be passed from Odoo to Payhawk. Here, first of all, we've got the API key. This API key is the main thing that connects the two systems. It is generated through Payhawk, and if we go to our Payhawk system, navigate to Settings, you will find an Integrations menu where you can manage your API keys. If I hit on Manage, I simply have to copy this API key and paste it into my API field here. This will connect the two systems once the settings are saved, and the account will be detected and all of the funds will be generated correctly. Next up is the invoices and receipts journals. In Payhawk, you've got a possibility to categorize your documents in invoices and receipts. Here we've got an option to send those different types of documents into different accounting journals, hence the invoices journal and the receipts journal field. Next up, we've got the fund accounts. Fund accounts are basically bank accounts in Odoo language, and they are generated through our Payhawk funds. As you can see, in every fund account in Payhawk that we have some money in is generated as a bank account in Odoo. Down below, you can find the different tabs that we will define information in. First and foremost, we've got a sync log. Once again, this is the technical data that's been passed between the systems. Here, you also have an option to manually synchronize the data with Payhawk upon pushing this button here. It's important to note that the synchronization is automatic on a timed basis, usually around 5 to 10 minutes. But you always have the option to manually synchronize it when needed. Next up, and probably most important, is the expense products. Here in the expense products tab, you can see there is a list of products. These are normal Odoo products. They have got a SKU number, a Payhawk category name or a normal name. They've got an internal category and an expense account. From the Odoo standpoint, these are, as we said, normal products, which are in the expense category since we're going to be measuring expenses. And this field here is going to correspond to the main categorization in Payhawk, which is the category of an expense. So this list here can be changed. You can add specific items. You can also remove specific items from the X down here. And once you are done with the changes of the list, we have to manually synchronize this field here with Payhawk. It's important to note that the expense products, or from the Payhawk standpoint, the categories, are the only field that needs to be manually synchronized. The way this happens is once we're done finishing up this list here, we hit on Export Expense Categories. As you can see, this downloads a small Excel file, which we then need to import into Payhawk. So go on to the Payhawk system, navigate to Settings, and Expense Fields. You will find the category expense field. Usually it's the topmost category. And here we need to click on the three dots and import. Then we simply have to upload the document that was just downloaded from Odoo. We'll say overwrite existing values, import, and we're done with the synchronization of the expense fields. Next up in our Odoo Payhawk settings are the tax rates. Once again, this is a list of the tax rates that we want to be synchronized from Odoo to Payhawk. Next up, we've got the miscellaneous tab. This is where we define all of the fields that we want to be synchronized between the systems. As you can see, there is a check mark for every possible field that is synchronizable between the system. So we've got a tax rates, we've got our chart of accounts, departments, suppliers, analytic accounts, and analytic tags, as well as the importation of bank statements. It's important to note that the suppliers are actually the only information that is two-way synchronized, which means that if we create a vendor here in Odoo, it is automatically going to be created in Payhawk as well, and vice versa. If we create a supplier in Payhawk, it's automatically going to be created in Odoo with the same information, of course. This covers everything regarding the data that Payhawks wants from our Odoo system in order to cover our expenses correctly. So I'll see you in the next video.